Safwat Al-Khaloud joins us live from outside the rubble of the Al Jazeera offices in Gaza. Safwat, we were talking to you in the last hour, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to make it kind of personal. I was very impressed the way that the operation, the Al Jazeera operation in Gaza, was understandably shut down for minutes, and then you and your team relocated, you plugged in the satellite, and you carry on doing the job of a journalist. So this unsubtle, horrible attempt at trying to silence the voice of journalism is clearly not working, because you and I are having this conversation on this channel.
Yes, and we will continue having this conversation until the end of the escalation. We will keep reporting. We will use more other plans to continue our reporting. Yes, here in the background you could see my colleagues. We were back to the rubble of the destroyed building. They tried to find or to pick up some of the usable equipments, hopefully. That some of these equipments are usable. Also, our colleagues in Al Jazeera Arabic, they started reporting immediately using Plan B. Also, we could see people returning back to their destroyed apartments, looking for precious and important things. Could be documents, could be jewelry, could be like one of the neighbors who said that he came back to look for some paints that his daughter have been doing and painting, because these paints and other things carry lots of memories for each family. We had to leave everything behind us, including our memories, including our years of work, including the archive that that carries lots of experience, lot of important material that we can use. Let's continue, let's say, reporting on the other side of the Gaza Strip. We just learned that the Israelis have bombarded another high building, which is 13th-floor building near the coastal line of Gaza City. There used to be in this building also some media outlets. We couldn't confirm it yet if they have been staying in this building or not. But also, we could realize and we could see that the Israelis are escalating and promoting their level of escalation. So they are moving from a stage to another. So they started with low-scale bombardments, low-scale targets, and now they start hitting high buildings that include media outlets, which is something new in the latest escalation. On the other hand, also the Palestinian fighting groups, they never stop responding, as they say, responding or retaliating for the Israeli attacks. And they also, the Palestinian fighting groups, they consider that hitting or bombarding these residential buildings as one of the red lines that the Israelis have crossed. The spokesperson of the military wing of Hamas, well known as Abu Ubaida, he said that they will keep hitting Tel Aviv and the longer range rockets towards Tel Aviv, Beersheba, and other cities. The thing that they have already started in the early afternoon today, the hospitals in Gaza, they say that they have been receiving more bodies and more injured people. As you said, still the number of people who died so far are 140 people, including about 40 children and more than 20 women killed, and more than 1,000 of Palestinians that have been injured in the latest or the last 6 days of escalation. Egypt opened its borders exceptionally today to receive and treat these waves of injured people that the Ministry of Health are not able to deal or treat because of the difficulties that the health system is facing. Going back to the borders also in the north of Gaza Strip, still it is a flaming area. We could hear the Israeli artillery bombarding along the borderline. east of Gaza City and also in the north of Gaza, which forced hundreds of families to leave their homes and take from UN-run schools as shelter.
Safwat, for the moment, please stay with us, because I just want to go to another shot that we've got coming into us, because there is, in that densely populated downtown area of Gaza, there is another residential town in that area where the Israeli army has warned people to evacuate. So what you're looking at right now is a very quiet area because people have been told to leave the area. It's located adjacent to the Gazan finance ministry. What's going to happen there soon-ish, impossible to know, impossible to predict, impossible to speculate, so we won't do that. But, as I say, people there have been told to leave the area. Let's go back to my colleague, Safwat, who was reporting live from the rubble that's been left behind after that media building was taken down. So, Safwat, we've had an official reaction from the Associated Press. We've had an official reaction from the Al Jazeera media network. Any reaction from either the Gazan authorities or indeed perhaps even Hamas?
Well, the only reaction we got so far is from the Palestinian journalist syndicate. They believe that, according to what they said, this is an Israeli attempt to shut our mouths in Gaza and to ban the media from telling the truth. So far, this is, and of course, lots of other independent related association, including also the governmental press office, they condemned this the attack on Al Jazeera office or on this in our building and other media outlets as well, because also we 3 days ago they hit another building which was right behind our office, which is Al Jawhara, where there were more other international and local media offices as well. So there is, we have received lots of sympathy also from other Palestinian journalists and other Palestinian media groups. They all, we received phone calls from many of them, even offering their help to keep us on air, to keep us reporting. Yes, there is big sympathy here in Gaza. They all condemned such Israeli action. And we haven't, from Hamas and other fighting groups or other political groups, still we have not received any related statement or reaction.
As we are having our conversation, Safwat, I'm aware that the Israeli military is repeating again its justification for taking down the building that Al Jazeera used to be based in alongside the Associated Press. They're saying they had evidence, I guess, would be the word they would use, that there were Hamas paramilitary and military assets in that building. Were you ever aware of anything that could have been labelled or misconstrued or identified as being, one assumes, Hamas military assets in that tower block?
I have been working in this office for more than 10 years, and I have never seen myself, and even I asked my colleagues if, guys, you have seen anything suspicious. They all confirmed to me that they have never seen any of related or military actions or military aspects or any of the fighters even coming in and out. In our building, we have lots of families that we know for more than now 10 years living together. Almost we meet each other every day in our way in and out to the office. On the other hand, okay, the Israelis say that they have concrete evidence of military activity inside the building. This is an 11-floor building, and they have one of the most advanced technology for military technology. So if they have this concrete evidence, I'm not telling them to bombard it or to fire it, but why didn't they just hit this apartment or this facility that they claim some militants are using it? Why they had to destroy 11-floor building and keep tens of families without shelters in the streets. So they could simply, from the military or from the logic point of view, they could simply hit these facilities or these offices or these apartments that they claim they were used by fighting groups or for military purposes.
Safwat, thanks very much. We'll come back to you, I'm sure, in the coming hours. Safwat Al-Khalud, they're reporting live from Gaza.